Okay. First, how to check system configuration? You already checked it, so that's a good thing. Reminding everybody, check your system configuration. So, if anybody asks a question, or maybe if you want to install an application, okay. So either it is an interview question, or maybe you want to install a application. So application, when you are installing an application, or maybe you are installing a game, so it will tell you no. So what type of CPU you needed, what type of bit processor you required, how much RAM is required, how much graphic memory is required. So that is like you are installing application or a game time, it will definitely last. You want to install a operating system, I have Windows 10 or Windows Server, or maybe you want to create a virtual machine or like that, right? um, you need to know what is your system capacity. You need to know what is your system capacity also. So that's why we should understand, so what is the system configuration of our system first of all. Okay, or any system. So whether you have a remote desktop or maybe any system, what is exactly that physical configuration is there. So that is very important to do it. For example, I want to install an application is not running, which is become very slow. For example, I want to tell like a SolidWorks. Last time I installed for my brother, I installed a SolidWorks because he's a mechanical guy. I installed a SolidWorks. System become very slow, even though he has almost like me 4 plus 8. System becomes slow for, but it is working good. Why? Because he's having a i7 processor. And I'm also try to install in my PC. It is completely damaged. Why? Because I'm having a i5 processor and then 12 GB RAM only. So it is not completely fit. It needed 10 GB minimum space, but my system is consuming more power. Okay. So like that, when you are installing an application or a game, or maybe you want to install a new operating system, or you want to create a new virtual machines, you should know what is your system configuration. Based on that only we can able to work it. So in the term of system configuration, so we have to check what is your CPU, which model it is, Intel, AMD. It can be a Intel or AMD type of processor, i3, i5, i7, Ryzen, Athlon, different processor there. Xeon processor is there. Okay, so different kind of processors are available. Intel type processors, AMD type processors, Pentium Gold, Dual Core, Celeron N4000. We seen that's a laptop Celeron. So what is that processor? We have to check it. Okay, so what type of processor you are using, and which generations, what type of processor it is, model and generations. So I am removing this one, just I put a CPU only. But understand, Intel processor or AMD processor, which type of model it is, Ryzen 3 or Ryzen 5, and or Intel i3 or i5, i7 or i9. Okay, um, what generation it is, third generation, fourth generation, or a 10th generation. Currently 10th generation is running, 10th generation, right? Maybe 11th generation going to be released, but currently 10th generation, up to 10th generation release into the market. What type of architecture it is, 32-bit type of CPU or 64-bit type of CPU it is. So we should check that one. Next, how much RAM we are using, 4 GB, 8 GB, 6 GB, 12 GB, like that, total RAM size. Next one is what type of operating system you are using, Windows 10, Windows 10 Home, Windows 10 Professional, or Windows 10 Enterprise Edition, Windows 10 Education Edition, Windows 8, Windows 8.1, Windows 7, Linux, Ubuntu, Red Hat. So what kind of operating system you are using and what kind of edition it is. Okay, server 2016, 2012, 2019. So like that, the different type of operating systems are there. What is your operating system and what edition, what build edition, We have to check that one. Next, total hard disk space is also required. Why? Because of when you install something, installing application, it will tell you minimum 5 GB free space is required. For example, I want to download or install a game. It is asked like a 40 GB free space is required. So last time when I went to my hometown, my nephew want to install a Fortnite game. So the download itself, it is become totally 50 GB. He said it occupy only 8 GB, but when I we seen a download time, it is 50 GB. I don't have much 50 GB free space in my C drive also. So I said don't do it. So it's cancel that one. Like free space of the hard disk is important. Total hard disk is also very important here. Okay. Next, to know these configurations, to know this configuration, one is you can go to BIOS or UEFI settings. So BIOS new version we call it as a UEFI. Okay, so you have to go to these settings. Then you can understand what is your PC configuration. One option is BIOS or UEFI settings. If you go to the system BIOS or UEFI settings, so at the time of system startup, so you will get this information. But to know this information, you need to go to BIOS. You need to go to BIOS because already system has a operating system. In generally Windows 8 or Windows 10 operating system, you can see this PC just like this one. Okay, you can see this PC. So if you click on this folder, automatically this PC will open, or press the Windows E. So you can see this PC. Right click, go to the properties. You can see Windows 10 Home Edition i3. Sorry, this is i5 3230M and 2.6 gigahertz processor. The speed, the clock speed of the processor is also very important. Sometimes when you are running an application, okay, or a game, so it will ask you what is your clock speed. Next, what is the installed memory? Total memory. So I have a 4 plus 8 GB RAM, so total 12 GB RAM. System type means CPU architecture is 64 based processor, and our operating system is 64 bit operating system. So this is information we got it from here. So another one is control panel. So you can go to your search bar or Cortana. So type control panel. So just I type control only, but I got a control panel. Another way of open control panel is there, but it's okay. In general, if you open, it shows in a category mode. If you are in a category mode, then change it to large icons mode. Okay. So then go to the system. Option is system. Click on the system. Also, you will see these things: Windows 10 Home, single language, and i5 processor and 12 GB RAM. Okay. This is the one way to check your thing. And I checked it and I noted down. So like that, in your notebook, note down your system configuration also. What is your processor, how much frequency, means clock speed, and 64 bit or 32 bit type of processor it is. Next, I am using 12 GB RAM and Windows 10 Home Edition, and operating system is also 64. So this is about your control panel thing. Also you can see MS Info 32. You can go to run, so by pressing Windows R. Windows button is there and R. So if you press parallel, run will be there. I just if you see, I type already MS Info 32. Small letters or cap letters both are allowed because Windows is a no case sensitive thing. Click OK. Just wait. You can see this information. Windows 10 Home single language. This is the build version. You know, when you want to install a Docker two tools things are there: Docker Toolbox and Docker Desktop. If you want to install a Docker Desktop, you have to compulsory check the build version of Windows 10 operating system. Support not support also there based on the build versions also. So be careful with that. Next, it is a 64-bit PC. i5 third generation, and I got this information here. Next, my BIOS mode is UEFI mode, and I got another information is my RAM size, but I don't know my hard disk size. So then I'm going to components, expand the component, go to storage, click on a disk. It will show you how many disks are connected. So if you see this is the first disk, I have a 500 GB, and also I have a 1 terabyte of hard disk. So that is a disk 1. Okay, disk 0, 500 GB, disk 1 is a 1 terabyte. Like this you will get it. Another option to get some information using a dx from run command. Okay, guys, if you don't know how to go to the run command, no problem, just practice Windows R. Okay, till you are maybe some people really face difficulty to go to run also. Okay, don't feel shy. You came here to learn, not to feel shy. I'm telling directly. It is on record also. It is recording this thing. Okay, don't feel shy to ask things if you don't know. Okay, or you are trying to know, or you want to try to confirm it. Still ask me question, no problem. Okay, don't feel shy. You are came here to learn. Your learning is important. You are important. Understand? Okay, this is my Windows 10 PC, and this is my processor. This is my RAM. This is my page file. You can go to other things also to check it. Like this is my graphic card. This is a graphic. This is Intel graphics. This is a graphic card related one. Okay. This is about speakers. This is input device. Okay. Like that, you can get that information. So another one is go to task manager. Go to task manager. Right click on the taskbar. Go to task manager. Go to performance. In a CPU, you can get what is your CPU and CPU model and frequency means clock speed, and also it is showing a virtualization is enabled. If it is a disabled, and we already showed that one, but I will show you again how to go to BIOS setting and enable the virtualization. Memory, it is also showing my total memory. Okay, here if I move my mouse to here slot used 2 of 2, it is showing two slots. One slot is 4 GB, one another slot is 8 GB. This is the speed of your RAM means clock speed of the RAM. Okay, you have to check if you want to expand your RAM sizes. Also you have to check your processor model and how much RAM it is supported, and also you check your system slots, which type of RAM will be supported and how much this clock speed required and voltage level required. You can go through it. Based on that we can add it. In generally any laptop or a desktop nowadays having only two slots. So one slot is 4 GB, another slot you can able to put 4 GB or 8 GB RAM. Okay, if you have 4 GB already, you can add 4 GB or 8 GB. Check your system configuration and slot availabilities. If you have 8 GB, you can run happily, no problem. And still, if you are you want more speed, if you want more speed, then you can add another 8 GB. So then totally it becomes 16 GB. Otherwise, add 16 GB. So this is purely optional. You can add 8 GB or a 16 GB for more virtual machines or a more speed you want to run, more peaceful you want to run. So you can use it. If you are stick it to 2 GB, 4 GB, or 2 GB plus 2 GB, it's a difficult one. So if you have a 2 plus 2 GB, only 2 GB candidates were normal not there. So what you will do, you have already 2 GB, already having a 2 GB. So replace your 2 GB with at least 4 GB. Then it is become totally 6 GB at least. You have a 4 GB, but two slots are full, 2 plus 2 full. Then what you will do, remove one 2 GB, put a 4 GB there. Otherwise remove both the things, put a 8 GB single, also possible. Otherwise remove both the things, put a 8 GB. If it is support 8 GB, put a 8 GB directly, one single one, or 4 plus 4 if you want it. Okay, 2 plus 8 you can add it also possible, but I don't prefer like that. It is very extremely low and extreme high. Um, Not good for a system because frequency clock speeds may have a differences. Otherwise, check, ask opinion about your technicians. You can upgrade it. Okay. Next important thing of your system is you have to check your system configurations. Of course, I forget about CPU Z or spicy. Okay, so I will go to that one and then we'll come back to the virtualization. So I have already installed with the CPU Z, not with the spicy, I think so. So this is my CPU Z. It will ask for a click on yes. So I'm clicking on yes. First of all, we should understand what system you have and what to do with it. So this is a processor, 2 core 4 thread processor, i5 processor. Okay, and you can see the instructions. These are the instructions. So BTX is there. So virtualization is enabled here. There, cache mainboard. This is about your motherboard, and I'm going to memory. You can see DDR3. This is showing about your CPU. This is about your motherboard. This is about your total CPU. What kind of model I am using? Different models are there. So I'm not going to discuss about what is DDR2 and DDR. So I'm going to discuss only DDR3 and DDR4. Current, all new, recent, like last 2 3 um, generations. If we are buying like a generation 7 or 8 or 9 or 10, usually DDR4 is supporting. DDR4 is in market, so the latest versions supported by DDR4 only. So all old versions like a first generation, second generation, third generation, fourth generation means i3, i5, i7 processor generation wise. So D3 will be there. Okay, so check your what is your previous RAM and what model it is. Like you can get a DDR3 or DDR4. Okay, so this is will tell you which slot having a, what kind of RAM size it is and other information. So DDR3 in a first slot is a 8 GB RAM and PC3. Okay, 1200 12800. It is a 800 megahertz. Usually it is 1600 megahertz only. It will show off part only here. Transient company to utilize only 1.3 volts low voltage. This is slot number 2, DDR3, 4 GB RAM. If you see, this is same information only, and this is also same information. So that it will give you more matching by adding a 2 RAMs, the frequencies and other things are matched. Next one, when you want to replace the RAM, then make sure that what is your previous RAM or what model it is, DDR3 or DDR4. So then you will understand what slot it is, DDR3 type of slot or DDR4 type of slot it is. Okay, one is already DDR4, so you can add DDR4 only. Already existing one is DDR3. You want to add a new one extra, then DDR3 only. Okay, each laptop or desktop nowadays we have a only two slots only maximum. Maximum two slot, either two slot or one slot RAMs only there. So you have to check before you are going to buy a new laptop and other information available. What is a graphic card and all kind of stuff. This is CPU Z, and if you want to try another one like this one, like you can directly Google it and you can download it from other official websites only. So this is how to check your system configuration, and what is the meaning of system configuration is what it is given here. Okay, and already I told, if in case if you have a 32-bit 2 GB rams or 4 GB rams only, no virtualization, you can't offer a system, you can practice inside a cloud, but you need a little bit knowledge to do it, but slowly you can learn it, and it is also good thing. You need a credit card to do that one. Go to the cloud also, credit card or debit card verification is there. Okay. So this is it. This is about your system configuration thing. Okay. Just a minute to relax. Just 1 minute. I am getting so much of sleep because I didn't sleep. Okay. Here, whenever you check it with the task manager and it is showing a virtualization is disabled. So go to task manager, performance and CPU. It is showing a virtualization is disabled in case. Then how to enable it? Okay. Of course, if you see here, I have a 2 disk. So how to get the disk information also, you can get it from here. You can see capacity, another disk capacity. Okay. So I'm going to CPU. I'm going to memory. You can see 2 of 2 means 2 slots are occupied. 1 of 2 means one slot is only occupied. Available memory must be high, almost at least 40 to 50% of your total RAM should be available. It means 5 to 6 GB should be available. It is not available because of I'm running apps in background. That's another one. CPU. So finally, virtualization is here in my system. It is showing enabled, but if in case it is disabled, then what to do? You have to go to BIOS settings and then search for an option called virtualization or Intel virtualization technology. So then search for that one, and it is in disabled mode. So you can enable it. Just go. You have to use your new systems may support with a mouse, but still you have to use up and down arrow, enter button, space bar. Like you have to use few keyboard things mainly. Generally, mouse support is also coming with a new kind of systems. Okay. Next, how to go to these BIOS settings? How to go to these BIOS or UEFI settings? Generally, I'm telling in a generally any system, whenever you start your PC, whenever you press the power button. When you are press the power button, then you have to press a key. Like a Dell is a universal key generally. Most of the system works, but based on your BIOS manufacturer, like a AMI BIOS, Phoenix BIOS, Dell, HP, Lenovo, Harvard, Acer, Asus, okay, Vivo. So different kind of companies are there, different laptop manufacturers, or maybe BIOS manufacturer, motherboard manufacturer, like a MSI, Gigabyte, Intel kind of stuff. Okay, so depends upon that your BIOS key may change. So it is a del, or maybe it can be any of your usual function keys only generally. Or escape is also possible. Escape is also possible, but mostly escape very lessly people are using. You can press the escape button, or F2, F12, F10, F11. Okay, F11, F10, like this. These are all different keys. Depends upon the manufacturer of your laptop or manufacturer of BIOS chip. Sometimes systems work like a shift plus a combination key. You have to search in a Google about your system and model for that one. Sometimes you have to use a function key to go to this one. Press the function keys by pressing function key on. Another way to we can go to the BIOS setting. Another way to go to the BIOS setting is if you are using a Windows 10 operating system, go to Windows. Okay, Windows settings. Press the Windows button. Okay, Windows means Windows button. Then go to settings. Setting option will be there. Inside the settings, update and security. Okay, there you can find recovery, advanced startup, and restart now. So when it is restart now, so there you can find troubleshoot. Go to troubleshoot option, then go to troubleshoot option, and then go to UEFI settings, restart. So it will ask for restart, just restart. Okay, and after restart it will lead it you to the BIOS settings. So go to virtualization technology or Intel virtualization technology. So there's some name will be there based on the BIOS manufacturer and company. So it is in disable, enable it. After that one, save it. Save it usually like a F10 or F9 to save it. Save and exit. So go to option, save and exit. So once you are get with the Windows 10 and verify again, task manager and verify virtualization is enabled or not. Okay, so go to performance, okay, CPU, then enable or not. Okay, virtualization enable or not. In generally, when our system is already running mode, means system is already so many applications and operating system updates, and you keep on using it. When you change things in a BIOS settings, also affects on your operating system, which give you a blue screen of death because you change a hardware certain property automatically. So if you got a blue screen of death, don't worry, just wait, let it restart itself. Okay, so if it is 100% completed, automatically will restart. Maybe 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 15 minutes. Take time, but it will restart and try to repair your system. If frequently it is restarting, then it is a danger. You have to check properly. If in case, okay, if in case sometimes because in a laptop, loosen up that shows you 100% completed, but it won't restart. It stay like that only. Wait for another 5-10 minutes. Still it is showing. Check your laptop fan. It is giving lot of heat. So close your system. Remove your battery. Okay, at least press the power button continuously. Otherwise, remove your battery. if possible, remove the battery, otherwise disconnect the system and press the long press, make the system off completely. Leave it for 15-20 minutes, let it cool, then start the PC. So Windows 10 usually will repair itself. Any issues occurring generally. Still, if you are getting an issue, then you have to search for a solution. That's it. Okay. I will show you how to go to these options once again in my virtual machine. Before that one, I am going to show you how BlueSyn. No, how system will be like this. Like BIOS settings means it will show you all options. See, these are the key features. I press enter button. So numlock on or off, keyboard auto repeat rate 30 seconds, keyboard auto delay is off seconds something is showing. Boot time, see it is showing disable. If I want to enable, I can enable like this. Okay. My memory, it is showing extended memory means RAM memory. Okay, and I have a two hard disks, 40 GB, 40 GB. Advanced, we can get some options. But in this is a virtual machines BIOS, VMware BIOS kind of stuff. So definitely our required option won't be available here. This is save and exit. So once work is completed, so save and exit. Usually when you start the PC automatically that time only it will tell you how to go to BIOS. Okay. Here in my virtual machine I am trying to show you how to go to that option. Press the Windows button. So go to settings. Okay. So if you want to see again, so press the Windows button. Go to settings. Settings. Click on settings. Settings will be load. Go to update and security. Go to update and security. Okay. There you can find a recovery option. Reset this PC is a different one, so we can discuss in Windows 10 only. But advanced startup. So recovery, restart now. So advanced startup, restart now. What is the use of this one? So we can go to BIOS directly because through hardware like a pressing a F2 or a Dell button, sometimes it works, sometimes it will give you power. So select the troubleshoot, advanced options, UEFI firmware settings. Then click on restart. Because it's a virtual machine and it works in a different way, it won't show you real-time BIOS in this process. Troubleshoot, it is showing advanced options, UEFI settings. Okay, select the UEFI settings, click on restart, and virtualization technology is go and enable it. Okay, and verify with your task manager. That's it. This is how you can able to enable it. But this is a virtual machine, that's why it is not showing anything. Okay, so I'm closing both the PCs. If you want to see in task manager performance, this is where you can check the virtualization thing. Enable. and go to memory, and can you see this one? 6.7 GB free memory because I closed the virtual machines. Okay, so this is up to now how to check it and configure. If you got a blue screen error, don't worry about it.